What's up, guys? My name is Bob Tompkins with Real Broker and living in South Carolina. And on today's video, we're going to be talking about the top 5 restaurants in Greenville, South Carolina. Let's get into it. Now, if you've been following our channel for a while, you know that I am a big fan of restaurants, breweries, anything that is food or bev, largely because I used to work in the restaurant industry in Greenville. Now, as a result, I've tried and been to a lot of different places, so I might consider this one of my areas of expertise. However, this is highly opinionated based on the things that I specifically like, but let's get right on into it. Coming in at number 5, I have this one at 5 because it's kind of a chain restaurant. There are multiple of them across South Carolina, and I believe they have one coming in Nashville. But this is Hall's Chop House. Hall's Chop House is a steakhouse, and not just any ordinary steakhouse. They are exceptional at what they do. This is one of my favorite places to go eat because of the care that they treat their steaks with. You can have wet aged, dry aged. They have an unbelievable prime rib. But in my opinion, the best thing on the menu is their bone-in dry aged ribeye. Just absolutely phenomenal. They have some great sides there as well, but the price point at Hall's is pretty steep. If you're gonna go in there, you're probably gonna expect to spend $60 or $70 a plate. And if you're drinking and you're gonna have dessert as well, you're probably gonna spend over $100 a head. So be ready to shell out some cash if you're going to Hall's, but it makes for a great birthday, anniversary, or special occasion dinner. Coming in at number 4 is Gianna. Gianna was originally a part of the Sobeys network of restaurants. Carl Sobozinski was one of the guys that helped found that. I actually used to work at one of the sister restaurants, Lazy Goat. Since then, Gianna is no longer under that same umbrella of companies, but they are phenomenal. They serve Italian fare and they make their pasta in-house. Some of my favorite things that they have there are their gnocchi, as well as any of their specialty pasta dishes that they have rotating on their menu. My wife is a huge fan of them because of their oysters. Now, personally, I'm allergic to oysters, so I don't get to enjoy that. But my wife swears that they are one of the best places she's ever been to order oysters. So whether you're a pasta fan or you like some seafood, Gianna's gonna be one of the best places to go, and that's why I have them locked in at number 4 on my list. Coming in at number 3, I have a bar that was actually number 1 on my best bars in Greenville list, and that's Local Q. I think Local Q is one of the best places in Greenville to go eat, especially if you love wings. Now, I've had some people that have gone to Local Q and told me that they weren't a big fan of their wings, and that's probably because they're not a fan of smoky flavors. See, at Local Q, they smoke all of their wings and then they serve their sauces on the side, so you can order multiple sauces with your wings and try them out with a bunch of different flavors. But I think the way that they smoke and season these wings over at Local Q is some of the best that I've ever had. I've tried to replicate it at my house. I haven't even been able to match the intensity of flavor that they have in these wings over at Local Q. And that's why I've got a bar at number 3. Now, the thing about Local Q, you do have to be 21 to get into their main restaurant, but they do have a side area for families of all sizes and ages. So if you're going there, just be prepared for that. You're not gonna be able to go into their main restaurant if you're bringing your kids or if you're a teenager or something like that. But their wings are phenomenal. I absolutely couldn't leave them off this list, and that's why they're at number 3. Coming in at number 2 on my list is a place that I almost put number 1 because what they serve up here is just so good. Coming in at number 2 is Mike's Cheesesteaks. Mike's is located in Gather, Greenville, which is kind of a community area where they have a bunch of different restaurants around kind of an open aired courtyard sort of space. Gather, Greenville in and of itself is super cool and worth the visit. But Mike's is located in there and they make the best Philly cheesesteaks I have ever had. Now granted, I'm not from Philadelphia. I've only been to Philadelphia once or twice, and I've had a few Philly cheesesteaks in Philly, but nothing that I've had compares to Mike's. They actually ship down their bread from a Jewish bakery in New Jersey. The owner swears that those hoagie rolls are the magic behind his Phillies, but the ingredients they use are just spectacular. You can order your Philly there with provolone cheese, American cheese. You can even get Cheese Whiz, which is what I get every single time I go. They're just fantastic. It's one of those things that no matter how much I tell you in this video that Mike's has the best Philly in South Carolina, I'm not even gonna say in Greenville, in South Carolina, you really have to try it to believe me. So if you're looking for a great place to go try a Philly cheesesteak, go to Gather Greenville, go to Mike's. In fact, the last time I went, they ran out for the weekend and it was Saturday at lunch. They sold so many Philly cheesesteaks on a Friday night that they ran out. So that is a testament to how good Mike's is. Now, before I get to number one, I want to do an honorable mention, but not just one restaurant. I want to highlight an entire restaurant group. Coming in at my honorable mention is the Southern Culture Restaurant Group. Every single one of these restaurants I debated putting in my top 5 around the 4 or 5 slot, but I felt it was best to just include them all as an honorable mention, and that's the Southern Culture Restaurant Group. They include Southern Culture, LTO Burger Bar, and Habitat. Those are the 3 that I absolutely love. If you're in for a good burger, LTO is one of the best places to get a craft, unique hamburger in Greenville. Southern Culture has some of the best Southern food in the entire city, but they have one of the best Sunday brunches you're ever gonna find. And then Habitat, if you're a beer drinker, is just a super, super, super cool space where you're able to select from about 40 different taps, and they've got great food as well. So the Southern Culture Restaurant Group, their restaurants are just too good to leave off this list, and that's why I have them here in our honorable mention. And coming in at number 1 is my longtime favorite restaurant in Greenville, and that is the Trap Door. The Trap Door is a super unique Belgian-style restaurant that is actually located in a basement of one of Greenville's downtown buildings. The Trap Door, because of this, has a super cool ambiance, a super cool kind of feel when you go down in there. There's no windows, it's super dark, but they have some of the best fare that you're gonna find anywhere. My personal favorite is they have these cherry sausages that come with creamed Brussels sprouts and leeked mashed potatoes, and man, are they just amazing. One of my other favorite things that they have is actually a braised short rib that comes with those same 2 sides. If you can't tell, I love those Brussels sprouts, I love those mashed potatoes, so it doesn't really matter what meat they pair with them, those dishes are just some of my favorites. Now again, they also have something that I can't have, they have mussels, and they are known for their mussels and fries. And this is what my wife gets every single time. They actually have house-made mayonnaises that you can order with those fries. They give you a selection of, I believe, 3 different mayonnaises whenever you order their fries. And they have a variety of different broths that they marinate these mussels in. So my wife loves to play around with different mayonnaises, different broths for those mussels, and she swears that they are the best thing in Greenville. Now, in addition to that, Trapdoor has some super unique Belgian beers, German style beers that you really can only find at Trapdoor. And then they have a super unique wine list that carries a lot of wines that you really just can't find anywhere else. So if you're a real foodie that wants to try some authentic Belgian style food, some great mussels, great fries, those mayonnaises, as well as some great drinks, Trapdoor has to be on your list of places to try in Greenville. And their price point is not unreasonable, as they kind of sit between that $18 to $25 range on almost all of their entrees. Now guys, if you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Check out some of our other videos. And as I said before, I'm Bob Tompkins with Real Broker and living in South Carolina. And we'll see you next time on the next episode of Living in South Carolina.